What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Go Battle League video. Today, we're going to be showcasing a team that managed to get 8-2 inside the Championship Series Cup. And honestly, this team is pretty insane. It leads with a Dudunsparce on a very off-brand moveset with Dragon Tail, Body Slam, and Drill Run. For its partners, I've added Malamar and Dragalge. And by the way, to show you guys proof that I did actually do really well with this team, here is a screenshot here, right up here, right now, showing that I managed to reach 2,400 ELO even after off screening some of the games. Now, the reason why this video is short is because I didn't really get a lot of footage for this, but even so, the footage is still very exciting. So I hope you guys will stay until the end. Either way, let's get this video started and let's see what the Dunsparce on Dragon Tail can do. Hopping into the first match, leading the Dunsparce into Dunsparce. The battle of the Dunsparces, Dragon Tail versus Rollout. Now, the Dunsparce here will be able to outpace to the next drill run, but I have access to Body Slam, meaning I can actually bait out the opponent's shield. The opponent going to be able to fire off their drill run here. Drill run's about to do the same amount of damage as I did. I'm gonna go for the Body Slam, and I actually win CMP. The Dunsparce going to fire off the Body Slam here almost gets the Dunsparce very, very low. The Dunsparce going to fire off another drone that does not knock me out. I'm going to send in the Malamar to get some farm with the sideways. The opponent makes a switch into the Licky Licky, and that is a mistake from the opponent because if you send a Licky Licky into an energy loaded Malamar, then you're really in big trouble. The opponent going to fire off a move here. I'm going to shield this. Even though it's just a Shadow Ball, this would have still chunked my health. I'm going to go for another foul play here just to hope that I can get the opponent's final shield here. Foul play, able to grab the final shield. Now I can go for Superpower. Unfortunately here, Superpower actually does not KO from this range, which is really unfortunate. But I do get the really nice catch onto the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce is going to get knocked out by the Body Slam here. And now I'm going to send in Dragalge. Dragalge is met with the Charger Bug, and this game is already over. Outrage is going to do some monster damage, whilst Charger Bug is going to be doing nothing to Dragalge due to it being a resistant moveset from the Charger Bug, of course. The opponent already at very low HP with that Charger Bug. Charger Bug trying to make it to 3 moves here, but it's not going to be enough. They're only going to be able to make it to 2 before they get knocked out by the Dragon Tails. The opponent already know it's over, so they're going to concede the match. Hopping into the next match here, we're going to see the Dunsparce leading into Spidops. Now this is actually a really bad matchup for me because I don't have access to Rock Slide here. I'm running Drill Run just to deal with Drapion. But fortunately the opponent doesn't know that, so I can bait with the Body Slam, and I'm actually able to grab a shield early game from a tanky Pokemon. Now the opponent going to fire back with a lunge here. Lunge is going to do some massive damage. I'm going to be able to make it to a second Body Slam, but this time it won't be doing as much here. The opponent, recognizing that I probably am not running the Rock Slide, is not going to shield here. But I'm able to come in with the Dragalge and able to kill the Spidops with the Aqua Tail here. Aqua Tail knocks the opponent out. The opponent going to send in their Kingdra. Kingdra doing some massive damage here with Dragon Breath, but I also have fast move pressure here. Swift is going to get blocked because honestly, I really do not have much health left on this Dragalge. I'm going to bait with the Aqua Tail here. Aqua Tail able to grab the shield here. The opponent, recognizing that I might get to another Outrage, decides to throw just to be safe. But honestly, it might be over for the opponent here. As long as they don't have a Drapion, we should be able to win them with the Malamar. Malamar is going to have to shield up another potential Swift. And yes, it is a Swift. I honestly thought it was an Outrage at first, but I think this game is over anyways. The opponent has a Dunsparce, and Dunsparce is about to get bullied to the ground by Malamar. Malamar going to be able to reach the superpower, but just before the Dunsparce reaches their first charge move, they are nuked, and now this game is over. Kingdra gets farmed down because it's just too little too late for its health bar, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, leading the Dunsparce into Frostlass, not necessarily greatly, but they come in with a very spicy pick for their safe switch, Krookodile. Krookodile is also really bad for my team actually, because their Mudslap's going to do super effective damage to Dragalge, and my Malamar can't really do anything against its dark typing. So really I had no choice but to stay in here. And honestly, I prefer staying in here because the Dunsparce doesn't really have a lot of play going up against Frostlass, especially since its spammiest move does nothing to the Frostlass. I'm on very low health here, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to make it to a drill run here. The opponent going to come back in with the Frostlass. I'm going to go for the Body Slam, but they know it is the... Oh no, never mind. They do not know it is the Body Slam. They shield up the Body Slam bait, I guess. Either way, the opponent has made a very fatal mistake, as Malamar is just going to be able to sweep the entire team. The opponent sends in double, and honestly, yeah, no, it is over for the opponent here. They're going to get bullied by the superpower here. Superpower almost knocks out their over half of their health bar, not all of it, but either way, we're able to make it to Aqua Tail, able to CMP tie the opponent. Really nice there as well. Dragalge, it's waiting on its turn to fire off this Aqua Tail. The opponent has already left the app and just like top left it essentially, but either way, the game is over here. The opponent recognizes it. The opponent is just letting me have free Dragon Tails. And yeah, this is really good time to tell you guys that this team was actually really insane. I really only lost like 2 matches. Truly, it was 8-2. It was insane. Yeah. Anyways, there we go. That is the match right there. The opponent gets knocked out by the Outrage, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, leading the Dunsparce into Charge Bug. This isn't a necessarily terrible lead, but that's only if we're able to win Switch here. The opponent going to fire off an additional Volt Switch is what I assume I just saw there. The opponent going to fire off 5 Volt Switches before firing off their first charge move. This charge is going to do some decent damage to me. I'm going to go for the drill run here. Oh yeah, and remember here, Dragon Tail is a 3-turn move, not a 4-turn move, meaning I can come in with the Dragalge and snipe with the Dragon Tail. Now this Charger Bug is actually just dead. The opponent going to come in with the Kingdra, a Shadow Kingdra at that, and the opponent already at the Swift, and that is really bad news for me. I really should have shielded here, by the way. This was a terrible idea. I honestly should not have gone for Outrage because I would lose this game due to it. The opponent going to come in with the Drapion. I'm on exactly 1 HP with the Dragalge, but the Aqua Tail is going to go through and it's going to do a bit of damage. The opponent going to continue to farm. I'm going to have to shield pretty much almost all of these charge moves because Crunch does a lot of damage, okay? From a Shadow Drapion, that is a lot of damage. We're going to fire off the Foul Blade. I'm going to hope it KOs, but unfortunately it does not, and that's actually going to lose me the game because I really needed that Foul Play to knock out the opponent so that I could take on the Kingdra with still 1 more shield. And yeah, that's not looking good for us here because we had to waste the shield there, and we're at really low health to the point they really don't even need to fire off another charge move. All of our Pokemon are at such low health that the only thing they have to fire off Swift at is our the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce is going to get knocked out from the Swift here. My Dragalge is already at 1 HP, so unfortunately this game was a loss, but it's alright. You guys will see some better footage in the next match, but unfortunately we do lose that game. Hopping into the final match for today's video, we're going to lead the Dunsparce into Shadow Tyranitar. Shadow Tyranitar is a very scary Pokemon, especially for my backline, and it also has the pacing advantage here. Always going to be winning CMP against Dunsparce. Though they throw the Stone Edge, that actually might be a bad move from the opponent there because now they just wasted all their energy. And I still have 1 more, I just need 1 more Dragon Tail to get to the Body Slam. I get to the Drill Run here. We're able to bait with another Body Slam. Unfortunately, it does not get the shield, but the opponent is so low that they have to throw a move here. I am going to shield up the double shield onto the Dunsparce here and going to get a full farm now on the Tyranitar. And now energy on the Dunsparce is huge because especially if they have a Dragalge in the back. Drill Run's going to do some massive damage here. Drill Run almost knocks them out and gets them into the red health, but now they're going to be able to make it to Aqua Tail and knock me out. I'm gonna have to wait my turns. I'm gonna send in Malamar here. They're gonna come in with a scary Pokemon, and that is Spidox. And while Dragalge can handle it, Malamar is going to just get shredded on it. But we do get a shield from the opponent through that one foul play, which is pretty interesting. Because now the opponent going to go off a lunge, which is even more interesting. They really should have gone for the rock tip there just for extra damage. But I think this game is already over. Outrage is going to do a lot of damage even when debuffed. The opponent already at relatively low health, and we're able to make it to an Aqua Tail to knock out the opponent's Spidops. Spidops taken down from the Aqua Tail here. The opponent has the Dragalge that we send in our Malamar to try and snipe it down, but unfortunately they concede the match. If you guys haven't realized already, this team is mainly just for anti-meta inside the Championship Series Cup, because honestly, I was facing way too many dragons, and honestly having a Pokemon with Dragon Tail that wasn't a dragon type was really helpful in these matches. And even against its neutral matchups, I felt like it was very strong. So everyone, I recommend trying out this team. It's really fun to use, and I actually did, by the way, gain 100 ELO with this team thanks to the 8-2. So yeah, you guys should totally try it out. And yeah, overall, the Dudunsparce itself is also a really cool Pokemon. You can use a ton of different movesets of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have to say for the Dudunsparce. The Dudunsparce is just overall a great Pokemon, whether it's in the Championship Series Cup or in the Open Great League. So definitely try it out in a bit. But either way, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing and also leaving a like on the video, maybe even commenting about what I should do next. And I will see you guys next time.